Long ago, many moons, my mom rode her spirited palomino mare, Kirk, while I was pregnant with me. So begins my story time of how I fell in love with the horse. Soon I was riding my first pony, Stormy, a little black and white painted mare with only one eye. Her mom, or called her dam, accidentally kicked her. We entered Pee-wee barrels and won little ribbons. By 6, I was riding my mom's spirited palomino mare, Perk, and also a few other horses. One I remember named Muskrat and Studley at the farm. One story is I was riding Muskrat around the farm, and unfortunately I turned the corner to a gunshot. Right at that moment, they shot a pig for a pig roast that night. Well, Muskrat freaked out and bolted. I hung on until we came to a wall of shrubbery. Muskrat jumped and we flew. It was fun until I was airlifted off to roll upon the hard ground and completely lose my breath. Being a little child of about 5, I rolled around trying to catch my breath, tears flowing from my eyes. My dad came to my side and sat me up, putting my head between my knees and patting my back. "You're fine, Callie. Relax, your breath will come back. Just calm down and breathe." He continued to assure me I finally could catch breath. A few minutes later, I could stand. "You good?" my dad asked, and I nodded.
Let her go, Mom. Let her go.
Not too sure. They brought Muskrat back, who was good as well, and up into the saddle I went, as you always get right back into the saddle. My mom eventually sold her horse and we moved west. I did continue to ride whenever I could. My love for horses has always been a dream, but more on that later. 10 million years ago, up to a dozen species of horses roamed the Great Plains of North America in many shapes and sizes, on grassland and in the forest. Such as Dinohippus horses, more like the modern horse. Hippohippus, a three-toed small horse nibbling on leaves in the forest, also called the dawn horse. Then the Natahippus, that both ate shrubs and grass. For more than half of the horse's history, they were dog-sized. Hyracotherium, scampering through our forests. Changing climate conditions continued, the grasslands to expand, and about 20 million years ago, many new species evolved, small and large, living side by side, some becoming larger and evolving the hooves, today's horse species. Horses are adapted to run, to escape predators, to possess an excellent sense of balance, and a strong flight or fight response. It's no wonder that horses have such a strong flight or fight instinct instilled within them. A few million years ago, just think, you're a little three-toed horse, maybe a more medium-sized horse, and you are nibbling on some sweet tender forest trees and are grazing on the new outlying grasslands, and suddenly you hear a noise that makes you stop to listen. Suddenly, towering above you is Titanus walleri, or as known fondly as the terror bird. The towering bird, the creature, who is coming for you. His piercing eyes locked on your own. And then you must run fast as the wind, and able to evade even the most terrifying creatures. To be ingrained into our more placid horses of today, or like my dragon, where every shadow looms an unknown monster. Tree, bush, trash can, box, and the wind blowing briskly through the trees. To put this all in perspective, 178 million years ago, the largest mammals were the size of a Labrador dog, and equids, horses, donkeys, and their ancestors were the size of a shrew. Good boy. Good walk. Good boy. Good boy, Rambo. Chop. Good boy. Easy. Easy. Good. 65 million years ago, the asteroid wiped out most dinosaurs, allowing our little shrew equids to evolve into the larger hoofed creatures, coming along to 54 million years ago, leaving our birds as our own dinosaurs too. About 55 million years ago, from Eohippus to Equus, the horses deserted North America and migrated across the Bering Land Bridge, now known as Siberia, spreading out from there to Asia, Europe, Middle East, and northern Africa. About 8000 BCE, horses vanished from North America due to climate change and human hunters. Yet by 1000 BCE, the first horses were domesticated and used for transportation of humans and cargo. 500 years to pass, horses were being used to relay messages, becoming an important part of human European life. The first signs of horse domestication, pottery containing mare's milk and horse teeth with signs of wear from a bit, were found from the bow-tie hunter-gatherers who lived in Kazakhstan from about 3700 to 3100 BCE. In the 16th century, Spanish set out to conquer the New World, and upon these ships were the first horses to be reintroduced to North America. The Spanish horses were also vastly different than the more modern breeds of equine today, originally known as the colonial Spanish horse and Iberian horse stock. Not unlike the Hagerman horse, known to exist in North America before Columbus. In April of 1519, Hernan Cortes set out to adventure across Mexico and search for gold, bringing along with him 16 horses, 508 soldiers, and 100 sailors. Searching along the Pacific coast of Mexico and Gulf of California to take over the Aztec Empire by superior warfare and a smallpox epidemic. The horses Cortes brought with him were known as the Spanish barb horse, now known as a wild Mustang. Also known as a colonial Spanish horse, where thousands used to roam, first used by the conquistadors, mission fathers, Native Americans, and the cowboy. I love the old pictures of the One Nations, and they're beautiful. The Pawnee were known to hunt the buffalo with remarkable skill by horseback. The Apache to be known not to have a love for the horse, only to be used as transport. The Comanche were to be given the best horse people by the U.S. Army. They learned by age 4 to ride and 8 to do tricks and herd. They had massive horse herds that they had to move weekly for better grass. At 20, a brave would go on a vision quest to ask for power and to go on their first raid. The tribes had a game of sorts they would play with one another. Among the youth braves, they would touch another brave in a raid or horse with a coop stick, and both could survive just to count coop and practice their warring techniques to gain prestige in intimidation without having to take the life. Feathers were given in a certain painted condition to portray all the coup they had won. A warrior would often memorialize his horse that saved his life by carving an image of the horse on a stick he would use in ceremonial dances. The tribes didn't have a name for a horse. They called them mystery dog or big dogs. To the Lakota and Dakota, the horse is a relative or a sunkawakan, a connection through more than blood, but highly spiritual. They believe the horse is a gift from Waakinyan, or the Thunder Beings, horses being members of a horse nation, representing the West and the spirit world.
Yeah.
The horse was like kin to the Sioux. A quote from the article that depicts the beauty of the horse. If you should ever become lonesome, sad, or afraid, spend time grooming a horse. Allow your heart to journey into spaces you may be uncomfortable with. Know that the horse is fully supportive and naturally wants to help you. Allow yourself the healing. The horse nations are our relative. Let them help you. Mita kuyi oyasan. We are all related. I will link below the sources for these articles. I know. It's hard being a pony, isn't it? It is. Stay tuned for part 2 of my horse evolution and storytime series. Coming soon, more videos on an intriguing tale from beyond, scary paranormal research, a deep look at finding your spirit guide, and releasing old residual energy from your environment, and how to bring in new needed energy for the new year.
Is that good? Yeah?
Until next time, here's to beautiful days ahead for wisdom and courage on our life journey.